Was I looking, is it okay if I look down at the phone?
You're made for the screen, by the way, but carry on. Hi, I'm Tope Ajala. I'm the Global Diversity Officer here over at Ogilvy. And with me, I have Rajesh.
Oh, hey, Tope, how are you? I'm Rajesh Midha, and I'm the Global CEO of Ogilvy Experience.
So Rajesh, we're going to get straight into it. How did we meet?
So I remember it was at our old office at 200 Fifth Avenue. And I remember the day that you came. And of course, you probably flew in from California or somewhere even more glamorous than that. I was in the lobby that day and I was standing at the desk with Tanya, and the doors opened and out walked this fabulous woman who was just glowing with energy. And I saw an aura around you, and I saw how you entered the building and you were acknowledging and recognizing everyone that was there. And I was like, I don't know who this person is, but I need to meet her.
First introductions are really critical because not only did I not know anyone in the building, I think it was my first time in New York, in the New York office. It's also really awkward when you're that new person trying to come into a space that people have been in for a very long time, right? I'm not based out of New York. And I remember saying to you, who are you? But I thought that was like common, right? I didn't know that, everyone's culture is really different. And being British and Nigerian, we always ask like, hey, who are you? Like, what do you do? And how can I help? So I think it was normal for me, but I don't know if that was normal for you. And I'm intrigued kind of from like a cultural difference standpoint, being in New York, you've lived all over the world. Like, what are some cultural differences that you've seen in the last, couple decades in your career?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. I'm a Canadian and I'm a British citizen and I'm an Indian citizen and I am a US green card holder and I'm married to an American.
Are you allowed to have multiple passports?
Well, let's just stay on topic here, Tope. So the thing is that like Americans typically like to get the conclusion and then see all of the different data points that support the conclusion. Whereas like I have some really great German friends, and like if I give them the conclusion and then give them the data, they like actually prefer to see the data and then the conclusion. And I think like what's happened is as the world has gotten smaller through all of our internet technology and communication and travel and blending of cultures, I think that actually looking at it by culture alone is probably not good enough. I think it's like we have to understand it more on an individual level and try to meet that individual wherever they are.
Oh, I love that. And that's it. There's like, you mentioned something that's really important, nuances, right? Like every single person you meet, there is a nuance to them, their culture, where they're from. I just learned something new about you. I didn't know you had all these passports. I didn't know you had this level of intersectionality. I just assumed you were American Canadian. Again, we make assumptions and broad assumptions about people. And then we have moments where we finally get to reconnect. And, I know you say, I don't fully remember how we met. So I want to talk about how we re-met, right? So when we met the first time, I don't recall because I was new and I was, trying to figure out the landscape. But what really connected me with you was what I'm calling like meeting you again. Right. And when I met you again, it was our executive offsite and we had a moment outside and I said, hey, just so you know, you're amazing at what you do. And I know the conversations we've been having are really tough. However, I don't want you to lose sight of the fact that one bad day doesn't mean you're not good at what you do. And since that, we've worked on multiple clients together. We've gone to events together and it still rings true because you know who you are. And you are sure about who you are and you make other people feel comfortable about who they are. So I just want to say thank you that like we need differences.
So sweet.
We do need differences,
Thanks.
Right? We really do need differences in our organization to really create the cultural difference exchange, what we now call the modern exchange. Because without the intersectionality, without the cultural nuances, without just the diversity in thought, we would never have connected.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you for remembering that. I feel like there's this time where we all need to hear realistic sense of who we are. Like, I've seen this consistency where it's like, no matter what you do here in your professional life, there's going to be tough days. And sometimes when there are those tough days, I know I lose sense of a balanced view on who I am. I immediately go to the negative side with also not remembering, like, I have lots of other like gifts, and sometimes it takes a friend to say that.
As we think about bad days, because that exists, tell me about a time where something didn't go as planned.
There was a time that I went to, so I was building a startup in the video communication space, and it eventually all worked out. But it was a company called Ogilvy, and it was like, it was a competitor to Skype, and it was sort of like the Pepsi to Skype's Coke, but it was like so much cooler than Skype. And we had this like really brilliant idea that we were gonna add watch party to Ogilvy. And so like basically what that would mean is like you could get on and you could like watch a show or a movie with all of your friends, and you could see them all on the side and the movie's playing. And so I got up and I like presented this idea to these, you know, very well-to-do venture capitalists that make giant decisions about the world. And this one guy, he said to me, he goes, "Why would I ever want to do that? I don't want to see my friends on the screen while I'm trying to watch this beautiful movie." And I was just like, oh, like I put my heart and soul into that. And, you know, it all worked out in the end. And Ogilvy is like, a lot of the patents that Ogilvy wrote power, you know, Zoom today, and it all worked out. But there's like all these moments of like setback, and like we have these expectations and we bring our full selves to any situation. And it's like, I want to learn how to bounce back, because it's going to happen. I want to learn how to bounce back faster. And like what I love about watching tennis, and I don't watch a lot of tennis, but I love this idea. How can I wipe away the last point and play in the moment?
That's like 5 different quotes that I'm about to take from you. I think they should be Ogilvyisms. How do I wipe away the last point, right? And just look forward. Like, that's so powerful, because I don't think we do that enough. I think we wallow in the things we've done wrong, the no's we get from clients, the no's we get from teams. And it's actually, hey, that's normal. You're not always going to get a yes. And it's okay to just keep pushing forward. So thank you, because no one really talks about the no's.
Oh, I love to talk about the no's. I think the other thing about the no's that I love is that if we're not getting a bunch of no's, we're not doing enough work and taking enough shots. Like, the no's are part of the game. And then I think the other side of it is, when someone we know is going through that, like, how do we support them and help them to come back to the now?
And how do we equip you to be your best self despite the one setback? Because we're always going to get setbacks. We're always going to get no's.
Often we think we're alone, right? Like, we wake up alone, we go to sleep alone, whatever that is, like with our own mind, our own soul, our own conscious, like, but we're never alone. What we do here at the agency is a team sport. And so like we succeed as a team, we fail as a team, and you need your team.
Fair. I have 2 more.
Let's do it.
Questions.
Let's do it.
It's we call it quick fires, right?
Okay, I'll be succinct.
Yeah, you just quick fires. So chips or crisp?
Oh, definitely chips.
Yes. Okay, wait, no, it's supposed to be crisp.
Oh, well, you know that.
Wait, you're Canadian.
I know, but I've lived in the US too long now.
I think that's why I even high fives, because I'm like, yeah, it's chips. Oh, programming. The other thing that is a big one is football or soccer.
Oh, wow. I mean, this is a tough one. Very tough.
You're being judged here.
I know. Very tough. I'm going to go with football, even though I know it's going to make me hated globally. Yes! Football? Really?
Yeah.
You're football?
Yeah.
All right. High five on that one.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, thank you so much. It was so lovely getting to know a little bit about you, your journey here. And I love that we get to have these exchanges more frequently. And I encourage everyone to have these exchanges frequently all over the world, find someone in your office, find someone in another office, and just connect. We are a globally connected company. We have globally connected culture. We literally are the modern exchange. So thank you.